Hi everyone, my name is Ben Rembush. I enjoyed reading this week's essay from Wheels and thought that the topic of attention towards tasks that aren't necessarily our favorite is very relevant and something a lot of us can relate to. After reading the essay, I feel that one thing I could be more attentive to do in my life that I don't really like to do is cooking. I don't like cooking mainly due to how much time it takes to cook some of the meals and having to clean up the mess. I'm actually a pretty good cook, according to my family and roommates, but I just am not a huge fan of doing it. For 2 days, I decided to make lunch and dinner at my house and made a conscious effort to just be more attentive to the task and even like why I'm not a huge fan of it. Some things I noticed while doing this are that the first time cooking, it felt basically like every other time cooking. It felt like just kind of like a normal task and almost felt a little annoying or even inefficient. After cooking that first time, I began to feel more confident in cooking and it started to feel more rewarding as well. I got a good meal at the end of it and it was just kind of nice to see how everything got put together. By paying more attention to cooking, I was able to see all the different aspects that helped me make my food taste better, and even doing the dishes afterwards didn't seem as bad either. For dinner on the second day, I even ended up making a little bit of extra food for my roommates. This was kind of where I started to feel more of a love for the task and felt more appreciative of it. And I was basically excited for my roommates to try my cooking. I realized that by paying more attention to cooking, I was able to focus on the process of it and some of the pros of it. Cooking allows me to save some of my money because otherwise I get food from restaurants or fast food and it can get expensive fast. I also realized how lucky I was to have a nice kitchen and have food and be able to cook. I found that cooking could be peaceful in its own ways too, as I could just focus on the one thing and take 20, 30 minutes, not focus on school or sports or anything else. Being attentive allowed me to see a different perspective of cooking. And I think this was important. And I also think that is true with a lot of tasks. When we focus and pay more attention to all the details of the task and then look at the big picture, we can see how the process of the task kind of comes together. In the essay, Weir states that, quote, intelligence can only be led by desire. What I found by cooking every day was more of a desire to make my own meals and possibly even cook for others, such as my roommates. The intelligence I gained from this was a sort of wisdom that cooking is beneficial to me, my time, and my wallet, and it is a blessing to be able to cook and provide for myself and others. I think that the idea of attention and being engaged in a task or person provides a kind of insight that we cannot see without looking past our own barriers, beliefs, and ideas.